So first of all, I just want to mention about this new ground balance on the Legend with ground balance 1 and ground balance 2. Ground balance 2 is more for hot rocks, mineralized rock, clay rock. But it's just strange that since I've started using detectors, I've always ground balanced. And now the ground balance function on beast mode is said to use the ground balance to be able to hit them deeper targets. And this is what I've said and said. I don't want a trophy or anything like that, but not to saying bang ground balance down to 0. You're not going to differentiate the ground from that target at depth. And I've always ground balanced. It's a bit of a contradiction there with everything that's been said in the past of not ground balancing. I've done tests ground balancing and not ground balancing, and if you ground balance on deep targets, you hit them cleaner. It's simple as that, because you're neutralising the ground. This seems more of a hard ground balance, a harsh ground balance, and it's not. It's not manual. It's only automatic, which goes to the Deus 2. Has not got manual ground balance. So in any, apart from I think single frequency mono on the Deus 2 has manual ground balance. So it's not strange, because I've always known that ground balancing is better on deep targets, because as you get 4-inch, not too bad. 9-inch, not too bad. But you start getting to 12, 14 inches and the item is only just getting it, the ground can mask it. It's as simple as that. It's just that I wish these big companies have mentioned that earlier on, instead of saying, oh, no, you don't need ground balance. You don't need ground balance. 0 is best in England. So yeah, I just thought I'd get that in because my channel has been bombarded with, no, you don't need to ground balance. But yeah, the more ground you're trying to penetrate, the more mineralization over time. Say in Europe, in that much, you got 5% mineralization. Not much. 10%, 15, 20. You get me? So you're getting down to 14 inches, and there's a lot more mineralization because down there, a lot of stuff has been decomposed and been there for a hell of a long time. Now, before I even do a test or use it on my test garden, if it was up to me, I know people are saying it's a totally different program, foundation program, which is Goldfield, because you haven't got your IF, you haven't got your multi-tone, you haven't got your tonal discrimination, you haven't got your tone breaks and stuff like that. So it's a modulated tone, like Goldfield, but instead of discriminating, you've got an iron audio. So, and it's more of a pitched tone, this modulated tone, and it's more of, if you didn't have the iron at the IR, that IAR, iron rejection, it would be an all metal mode. So this mode is the detector at its full performance with no filters. It would have been nice, which I did mention, to see an M4 with 4, 7 and 10 frequencies around there, or 4, 6 and 10, because they've got to balance out, you see. They've got to balance out with the option to increase sensitivity to 35 to punch on clean ground. That is what I was hoping for, and that is what I sent over. But this feature, I'm just saying that because I won't use this feature. I'll have it as a secondary, so I can skip over to it if I'm just getting fringe of detection. So on paper, I'm not really into it because I'm a tonal. Imagine if you could have 60 tones, the ID you could get off that. Now in 60 tones and multi-tone, you won't get as deep because it's a single modulated tone. But pitch, have you ever used pitch? Pitch is very deep, and I would have been happy picking pitch in an M4 mode with being able to increase sensitivity to 35. And I've had chats with Iffy. Iffy actually thought, because on my Iffy signals, my picture was on my post that I put on, he thought I was part of it, and I was saying to her, says there would be no chance. I mean, if I was part of it, I would have been like, no Goldfield, no Goldfield. We want multi-tone, we want IF, we want this and that. I would have wanted field M4 55 sensitivity, and if he agrees, he was not too keen himself. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Hopefully, with the Legend 2, they might implement it into a more... I mean, I've seen people on forums saying, oh, it's for the advanced detectorist. It isn't. It's for the more simple detectors, because it's dig or not dig. It's dig or not dig with this mode. You haven't got any idea apart from the VDI. We'll check out how solid the VDI is, and we will be going between my deep settings, which is surprisingly a single frequency program. So it's 4 kilohertz. We will nip over to M3. And we'll compare them with the beast mode, especially on the 20-inch group of bronze coins, and I've got some deep iron as well, so we'll have a look at that with the IR, the iron reject.